Hi and welcome to the Pegasus Show. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and on today's show we're going to be covering two new primes that I've dropped into the game, and as of the time of recording, I'll double check it as we record, no pack has been dropped into the in-app store as of yet, and I want to cover primarily just one of them and what it actually going to mean for free-to-play players and those who just don't understand how to shield. Yes. So, how about we get into it? But before we do, just don't forget to also like the video as well if you find it useful, and also subscribe to the channel to view to see when I next drop a video. So, let's jump into the research tree, and I'll show the second one later on in the video because there's literally not much to explain about it. It's actually quite simple and it's quite beneficial, but again, it is paywalled. And what we're going to do first is we're going to jump into the combat tree, and we're going to jump to the end of the G3 research, and you're going to see this prime along the top there called Prime Station Delay. Now, earlier when I checked it out, it didn't have an image, but it has got one now. And as you can see, this is going to be using a particle called Prime Vela Emblem. I've noticed this on a couple of other primes as well. So it's nice to see that Scopely are actually, you know, reusing a couple of old currencies for some of the newer primes. Just like the Dolomite particle, that's also popping up every now and again. However, this is going to be a massive problem for quite a number of players, especially along the lines of the very light spenders and the free-to-play players, especially those who don't know how to shield. Yes, now let's stop there. Shield and share is clearly in the game, so if you can't be bothered to shield your base, or at least put a decent length of shield up, you deserve to get your ass handed to you and lose all your resources. Shield or share. However, there are certain aspects where your shield drops before you even realise it because it's not ran its full time because of a bug. So yes, I am going to put those two particular things in there before we jump into this. Yes. So, that being said, let's jump over. So, as you can see, this prime is when attacking a station, delay the opponent's ship and defense platform weapon fire for the number of rounds shown below. So, this is a 2-level prime. Off the top of my head, I'm going to say $100 per level. So we're looking at $200, okay? £200 for the UK side. And obviously we're just going to quickly show you this. The power increase is exactly the same. It's 120,000 power points increase on both levels, but you get 2 levels. So, oh hello, didn't mean to bring that down. I wanted this bit up. So, basically, this is ROM on steroids, okay? This is ROM on steroids because ROM's captain's ability also delays ships and weapons firepower for the first round. So, if you buy level 1 of this, that's the first round. You don't technically need ROM. If you buy this, you're going to get ROM on steroids because now you can go 2 rounds. But what exactly does this mean for the players? Well, plain and simple. Ocean's defense is pretty much going to be negated. It's going to be thrown out the window. Where with ROM, we had a counter in Crass with max full synergy for Crass. He would actually negate ROM, and you'd still be able to shoot. And any of those big ships, those big whales that's coming at you, yeah, they're going to take some damage. Whereas now, a whale can come at you with this, and realistically, you've got nothing that's actually going to reverse this. Now, there is a way to defend against it. However, you're going to be literally, if I actually get my words right, put into the hands of R and G. Don't worry, we're going to show you this, and it is taken from the Ocean's Defense crew. So just bear that in. So I would just say that as well. So, like I said, we have a ROM here on steroids. So what we're going to do is, before we show you the crew, I'm going to jump into officers and we're going to find ROM. Now, as far as I'm aware, mine's still tier 1. To be perfectly honest, right, you really don't need ROM any higher than that for basic base attack. Literally, you don't. I mean, if you want to take him higher for his officer's ability, then by all means. No, it looks like mine is tier 2, so that's not bad. Okay, so captain's ability, decline their generosity. When attacking a station, ROM delays opponent's ship and defense platform fire for 1 round. There's no synergy with this, so that's it. It's 1 round. End of story. However, that prime, yeah, can go up to 2 rounds. So, like I said, ROM on steroids. Now, like I said, we had the way against ROM in the form of Crass, and yes, he's out on a away mission, but again, captain's ability decreases the effectiveness of the opponent's captain's maneuver by 20%. Okay, now full synergy, that makes that 50%, so you have a damn good chance of negating ROM, so which means you can still end up firing your shots and damaging the ships. However, with this prime, you don't stand a cat in hell's chance. So, how are we going to defend against it? Well, like I said, we're going to take it from the Ocean's crew, and as you can see, the officer above here on this little baby jellyfish, and I will recommend a baby jellyfish. Yes, it's going to be Pon, and more specifically, full synergy. Yes. Now, why are we doing this? And to be honest, let's not start there. Oh, actually, no, you would need to start there. You would. So what we're going to do quickly is I'm going to move these 2 down here because we need to start with the baseline. Lost in translation. Pon has a 10% chance to start combat delay. As a 10% chance at the start of combat to delay the opponent's weapons for 3 rounds when attacked by players and he's on an explorer. So again, jellyfish, perfect ship. But as well, you've got your Enterprise, you've got your Valdor, you've got your Corvus, you've got your Centaurian, whichever one you feel like. So this will work for the first three rounds on combat. Now that's pretty good, delaying those weapons and it making it last. Now, this is ROM, technically, on extra steroids. This is this prime going a little bit further. However, that prime and ROM are not subject to RNG. Pon is. Now, and I know what you're going to say, don't forget the ship's ability for the jellyfish. Yes, but we're going to cover that in just a second because we'll need to cover that in basic math. So now, as you saw by the synergy, it's 15% either side. So now, Pon is up to 40%. So you're just under a 1 in 2 chance of actually getting this to proc. Well, that's way better than 10%, isn't it? So, like I said, this is going to be the best way that you can try to negate that prime. So, now we have to take into account the jellyfish's ability. The jellyfish increases the effectiveness of the captain's maneuver by 70%. Now, stop right there. Now, big shout out here to Stewie Doo and Tiberius, who basically mentioned the math around this one. Stewie Doo put the math out there. Tiberius said, I can confirm. So I'm going to take this as this is going to be the maths. So, that captain's maneuver is not going to be based on that. It is not going to be based on the 40%. No, it is going to be based on the 10%. So, 70% of 10 is 7. Okay? It's 7. So basically, you are going to take Pon's base captain's maneuver ability of 10%, you're going to times it by 0.7. Well, actually, no, 1.7. Well, let's just say 1.7 because you need to add that 7% on. You need to add on as an addition. You do the addition here. So now you're up to 17%. Okay? Still a far cry from 40%, but it's still better than 10%. Now, you're going to put your officers back in, and now you will have 47% because you're only adding 30% on top. That is it. So, now you're much closer to that 1 in 2 chance. Okay, not bad. Now, let's actually put this into a combat situation. I don't have any battle logs to show you, so I'm going to have to explain it through math on the screen. So, somebody comes at you with that prime, and we're going to do this from my side, defending. And I'm going to have a level 60 player come at me. Okay, so a level 60 player, they're coming in their big G5 ship. Yeah, G5 epic. Let's actually make there. Now, under normal circumstances, even if I actually could afford the full strike teams and I could actually employ the oceans defense correctly, I still wouldn't stand much of a cat and mouse chance against a G5 ship. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to inflict some serious damage to that G5 epic. Some serious damage. But I haven't got $200. So, yeah, I won't be buying it, but that level 60 probably will. So, now, he's got the chance to go through my base. Now, with the number of shots and the number of ships I've got in and the number of units that I'm going to be fighting, I can potentially last at least 2 rounds against a G5 ship, against that G5 epic. Potentially. I don't know because I've not actually had a 60 hit my base in quite a long time. So, in fact, I've never had a 60 hit my base. I've had a 55, but I was a level 44 at the time, I think. Or was I a 42? I think it was a 42, so it was a long time. But yeah, so I'll probably last 2 rounds. Now, yes, I'm going to survive 2 rounds, but if he's coming at me with that prime in full whack, yeah, I'm not going to get a single shot off in those 2 rounds, am I? Yeah. He's going to just rip through my base like it's not even there. So, now, if I've got this crew, yes, I'm going to be reliant on Scopely RNG. Is this thing going to proc? Well, if this thing procs, I know for a fact I'm at least going to survive that first round, and I'm not going to take any damage. Because if he procs, neither of us are firing. So that level 60 is coming in with his prime. Well, let's start with the basics. He's coming in with a level 1. Level 1, so it's only going to work for the first round. And Prawn procs. So guess what? Neither of us are shooting. That first round is a draw. Nobody's firing a shot. Because the level 60 is coming in with that level 1 prime, which is delaying all my fires or my shooting for 1 round. Prawn activates. I'm actually going to... he's delaying that opponent. But the problem is, I have a bonus. I have a bonus because, remember the description, 3 rounds. Okay? Prawn lasts for 3 rounds when he procs. Ooh. Ooh. I've got 2 rounds where I'm going to get away with shooting at that G5 epic for free. If Prawn procs. And I've got to stress if. And I've got to meet the circumstances there. I've got to be attacked by that level 60. And Prawn needs to be on an Explorer. So, if Prawn procs, excellent. I'm going to get some shots off against that level 50. I'm going to inflict some damage. And if I'm really, 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 really lucky, and I've got the ships, the correct type of ships in the base, I'm actually going to destroy that level 50 epic. Level 50, that G5 epic. I'm actually going to destroy it. Yeah. What am I looking at? Well, I'm looking at my tier 7 Newton, which is only just gone tier Newton today, at the day of the recording. I've got a Valdor, I've got a Kelvin, and their ship abilities are based on ship defense, base defense. Then I've also got the Saladin, the Bortus, and the Centaurian, also around base defense. So I can just put them in, and I'm boosting my piercing stats, my mitigation stats, and anything else that they boost. So I can inflict some serious damage on that G5 Epic. But what was if Prawn doesn't proc? Yeah, that's it. I'm a goner. I'm a goner. No point going any further. Now, say that Epic is coming at me with a level 2 prime. If Prawn does not proc, bye, hasta la vista, I'm gone. I'm getting my ass handed to me. I'm being raided. Okay? Well, actually, my auto shield will go up for 10 minutes first. We keep forgetting about that little thing. But if Prawn procs, that's now rounds 1, round 2, both of us are not firing a shot. Because Prawn has procced and stopped him from firing at me. But that G5 Epic, and I'm stressing this, is also coming in with that level 2 prime, so that's 2 rounds that I can't shoot for. So I can't fire a bloody torpedo at him. Nothing. I can't even fire a phaser. I can't even get a rock out of the garden and lob it at him because it won't get past the bloody force field. So, that's 2 rounds where neither of us are shooting. Now, round 3, if Prawn has procced, guess what? I get to shoot. I get to shoot first. Now, I can probably inflict some heavy damage on it. Probably won't destroy it. Might get 30 to 80% damage, depending on how much firepower I can send out in that one shot. So, that's that. So, what does this mean for free-to-play players? Well, guess what? Learn to shield. Otherwise, you're going to lose it. You are going to lose it. This prime, and we'll go back to the prime. Okay, we'll go back to the prime as we rage about this. Because this is the rage bit. This screws free-to-play players and those who are not prepared to spend $100 in this game. This is not your friend. That's it. You must be prepared to spend that money. I'll tell you what, let's jump into the store at the time of recording. I would love for this to tell me that it's actually in the store right now. But I really do not think it is. Oh, by the way, the treasury is open as well. And the events for the Armadas, yeah, sorry, that's one is intended, which means your solo Armadas will not count, which is a bit of a crap deal. Really. I really need Strike Team Lalande. I really need her. But anyway, we're looking through and we've got the Galactic Armada pack. Yeah, so they've done that epic event and they've put that in, which is actually a decent buy. But again, I haven't got $100 or 100 quid. So, but no, I'm not seeing anything with this particular particle. Oh, we got Pond though. $100 again. So now, I will just say as well, just to cover it, I have not spent a dime or a penny or a cent or whatever else on my Explorer Strike Team. They was acquired via various different events through various different times, and I might acquire it. So now, is there going to be one for special particles? Particle buffers, consumers, special upgrades. Let's have a look. No, it won't be that one, would it? It won't be that one. Most likely under research, actually. Research packs. So we're going to see if the pack is here. Like I said, I don't think it is, and it probably would have been at the front, given the fact it's a recent prime. Isolytic damage. And no, I can't see it. I mean, there's quite a few here. I mean, this is bad, the fact we've got this many primes in the game. It's bad. I mean, how many more primes do we actually need? Stellar Particle, Prime Station Assault. Now, some of these may actually contain the particle. They may contain the particle. So let's take a punt on who could actually have that particle. And I'm going to have a guess of this one. No, it's not. No, not that one. But anyway, so it doesn't look like there's the particle in the store at current. Not that I can see. Prime Wrecking. Is that going to be one? No, that's got a particle key. So not that one. Prime Hull Structure. Nope, that's Dolomite. So yeah, so you'd have to go through the packs to see if you can actually find it. But one for that specific particle is not for that specific research is not actually here yet. Prime Siege. Oh, there you go. So you could use that one. So that's got 1,000 of the Vela emblems. So you could actually get that one. Again, you're limited to one on this one. So you'd have to look for another one with that particle in. Okay, so yeah, you'll have to look it up and see what there is, but you can get that prime. But again, that's potentially up to $200. Yeah, light spenders don't spend, well, not the really light spenders don't. That at most, I mean, I could fall under light spender for getting the battle pass, the $20 battle pass every month. That's as much as I spend in the game. Am I going to spend all that on that? No, I'm not. So this is why I say the free-to-play players and light spenders have been screwed out yet again by Scopely. This is a prime that's clearly not player-friendly. Well, it's player-friendly to a certain point. Now, I can also say lower players, but then again, there are going to be certain lower players that are coming into the game, low-level players, who are prepared to spend money. And they'll go out and blast on that. I mean, you get some that will probably spend God only knows how much to go straight from level 1 to level 60 in 3 weeks, but they ultimately know jack diddly squat about the game. They won't know how it works. So, but we won't get into that. So there will be some lower level players that will spend. Now, a lower level player could spend that, and let's say a level 32 player, and they catch me with my shield down. Now they could come and hit me. So it's a benefit for the lower level players if they are prepared to spend that money. But again, if I've got my ships in dock, fine, he's going to delay them for two rounds. However, yeah, I only need to leave the Newton in dock and I can swat a level 32 ship. And they're just going to have to keep coming at me. But by then, the notifications will eventually, maybe after half an hour, caught up and say, hey, somebody's hitting your base here, bud. So, again, it's not really very player-friendly in the terms of actually adding anything to the game. If anything, it's all it's just basically going to do is make the big boys even stronger, and they'll just pounce on your base because they know for a fact you can't scratch their bloody ships because you're not even going to say fire a shot. Now, when I found out about this, I was raging. I was like, what the hell? Why is Scopely so against the players? Against the free-to-play players? Why are they so against it? We've had now a full month, and we're halfway through the second month of a spend. Spend. Is Scopely's bottom line really that in danger that they need to put more stuff in the game for you to need to go spend it? Is it really that bad? Because last time I checked, this game was actually quite profitable. Now, I understand. Let's back off and woosah. the game design need paying for all the man hours put into the game. Well, if they actually didn't design money grabbing stuff, it won't be too bad. If they actually design content to, improve quality of life a lot further. Yes, a lot of quality of life improvements have come into the game, but we still got the lag issues. That's a big quality of life problem. But that comes down to engineering. So yes, they need to pay engineering. They also need to pay the management to oversee all these departments. They also need the money for the shareholders. Because that's what it comes down to. If they haven't got the money for the shareholders, and there's the one thing I'm noticing in global economics to the extreme at the minute. The shareholders don't have enough money in their pockets. So now they're going to fleece everybody else to make sure they get it. But a lot of players who enjoy the game don't actually have to spend a penny. I don't have to spend a penny in the game. I could play completely free to play. But there are various things I wanted. I got the G-Doc. I got the extra researches and the extra build. I got the Shakedown crew. I got the Discovery skin. The Section 31 Discovery skin. Okay, so yes, I have spent some money in the game. And I also got an export pack, which was the biggest price I paid. But yeah, I've still not paid $100 for Dry Dock H. I'm waiting for the key to finally drop in game. Eventually, hopefully. I kind of hope they might actually put it in the 5-year celebrations. Let us have a chance to go for it. Because I guarantee I'd go for it. I could do with an extra dock. But then again, there's so much about this game I want to see change. It's like it's really bad at the minute. The fact I'm gutted I don't have a PC to download Star Trek Infinite. Because what I'm seeing so far is okay, it's not quite there, but it's a Star Trek Armada style game, but a hell of a lot more in depth and a hell of a lot more stuff. But yeah, it takes me back to my good old days of being able to do it. But this Prime it's not friendly to the free-to-play players. But then again, no Prime currently is, unless you can really get through the Voyager field training to get those dolomite particles, just to actually get a one Prime. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, there are a couple of ways to free-to-play grinds, and some of them you will get there when you actually get to that level and able to get those particular materials. But anyway, like I said, this is not... It's a great addition in one hand, but really, do I want to waste time? Now, let's just say I did buy it, or I was thinking about it. Do I want to buy this pack to make it easier to crack a base, a decent sized base? Like, I've got what, 2.5 trillion of resources, give or take. Let's say I went up against a base with 50 trillion. Do I want to waste my time cracking a base that's still going to take me 3 hours with a maxed, I haven't got it, but if I did, with a maxed amalgam, 2 to 3 hours to drain a 50 trillion resource base? And that's just off the top of my head. I don't even know if it actually takes 2 to 3 hours. I think it'd take longer. I think you would actually be looking at a hell of a lot longer. But would I want to waste all that time doing it? No, I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't. And this is where this Prime really fails. Why? Why? Introduce a Prime into the game at $200. We'll say $200. But then expect players to still spend hours raiding a decent base. Right? Now, if I was going up against somebody in my own who had the same level as me, I'm still going to take an hour or so draining another level 46 at my level with the same level of resources for me. I don't have that. The biggest grind I've got in the game is going out and killing 100 Borg probes to fill my Talios for my maximum daily pulls of charged nanoprobes. 45 minutes. And do you know how long it actually takes me to do that? 3 hours. 3 hours because I can't spend a solid 45 minutes in the game because I have other stuff to do. So am I going to really waste my time spending hours raiding a base after purchasing this Prime? No, I ain't. Plain and simple, I'm not going to spend that time on it. They've made quality of life adjustments to make a lot of things easier to grind. And I guarantee when I get triple lock, I'm not going to need to worry about going out grinding factions until I actually hit G5. But there's another video coming on that one when I actually hit there. So, yes, there is certain quality of life. And I do look for things to do in the game. I could do with doing the missions I've got. Going around finding new missions. And actually not, spending a bit more time with my family. But again, for base raiding, it's not a quality of life improvement. Yes, it makes it easier to blast through somebody's base. Whoopie-doo-dah, blooming day. So a whale can now trounce over my base, trash my guns, trash my ships, raid my arse because I forgot to shield. Fine. They could do that anyway. They only need ROM, for God's sake. Because I haven't got a permanent base defense crew. Because at some point, I need all these ships. I need them all. I need like 4 ships just to do solo armadas. Be 3 warships and a support ship. If I fill the other 2 docks with the other 2 support ships, that's all 6 docks. So again, no defense ships. So I need to remember to click this button over here and put a bloody shield up. Now, usually at night time, I'm pretty damn good at that one. It's very rare I forget. You'll probably best find my base with no shield during the day, but yeah, I'm usually online. So if you hit my base, I'm going to shield, or I'm going to repair my ships, and I'm going to let you waste titanium attacking my base, and I'm just going to waste some titanium repair my ships. But for a bigger player, I'm still saving. Yeah, I'm still saving. But anyway, so that's that particular Prime. Now, I did say that there was another Prime in the game, which I think actually has more beneficial for the overall game. It has more benefits for the overall game, and it's not niche. And that's in the Starships tree, if we can actually get it up. And it's the one at the top there, Prime Discovery Warp Range. Now, again, to be honest, this potentially is only going to cost you $100. It depends on how much that second level is going to cost in these new Valor emblems. So you're starting off at 50. Okay, not bad. Let's click on the info. 350. Hell, that's most of G5 space covered. That's now bigger. If I were to spend the $100 and get this, and believe it or not, this has got more value to me. This is one that would tempt me to buy it and actually use it and actually reuse my discovery. Hell, I'd have to go out and mine mycelium just to do the pulls. I would, because this thing can get me further into G5 space, which means I can now crew out my most powerful ship, send this thing out to a higher level system, start a high level armada. Bear in mind, I've got a video coming for that one. Well, it's not a high level, but it's directives. I'd do it. Okay, I mean, let's actually put my discovery in a dock. And just to show you the warp range it's currently got on it. So we need to find the discovery because it's a little bit further. So this is my max. No, that's not my max discovery. That's my max discovery. Yes, I've got 2 because I was anticipating a discovery A. But if we go on to details here, scroll down to warp range. At the minute, it's 145. 145, right? So that research is going to give me another 350. We'll go straight for the top. 350. That is 495. Warp range 495. Where's that going to get me? Let's have a look, shall we? If the game catches up with me. I hate these bits, they're lagging. So scroll out even further. So we're going to go to the G5 space, right? So this is the furthest I go. It's level 59 system. What range? 500. Okay, so I'm a little bit short. Now, if both levels work together, so you get the 50 and the 300, which I think you do, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, 400, so it's 545. I can get to this system. I can start an armada in that system, if there's one there. But the best bit is, I can summon my most powerful ship in. I don't need to fly out there with Voyager. I can summon my biggest ship in, and I can go and do that armada. Yes, fine, it's still going to get blown up. But, I mean, let's take it to the Delta Quadrant. All the way to the end here. Warp range 900. Okay, so Discovery won't be able to reach that. So let's actually take it back down here. Where's that? That's 700. So again, it's not going to be able to make it. Go there. 460. With that prime, we'll reach that system. I will reach that system. Let's have a look at this 53. No, I won't reach that one. That's out of reach. Oh, hang on. No. Yes, I would still be able to reach that system. Let's go for the next one. Still be able to reach that one. Can I reach this one? No, that's the 700. So, that particular prime, the Discovery one, is far more beneficial to me. But prime station delay? Do I really need a ROM on steroids? No. Does a G5 player, when they're going up against a G4 player, really need to delay station defences by 2 rounds? No, they don't. Because they can still walk all over you, even with Ocean's Defence. Yes, fine, it might take them 2 attempts, but they're still going to be able to walk all over you. Because that first attempt, they're going to wipe out all your ships anyway. And then the guns will finish them off. Then they'll just come back in and destroy the guns. Job's good done. Now I'm going to drain your ass, take your resources home, and I'm going to drink a bottle of blood wine over your roasted corpse in your base. Okay, probably a little bit too far there, but hey-ho. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Prime is a benefit to the game, or is it actually just basically another spend on a ROM on steroids? Yeah, you've got my view. That Discovery one's far more worth it to me than a station delay. But that station delay would actually be worth a lot more to me if it would take me 10 minutes to raid a base. Because I'll tell you one thing, and I will throw this in here at the end, I've never, ever known a bank heist to last more than probably 20 minutes unless under siege by the police. Unless the police are outside waiting for you to come out with the stuff. Because you usually get in, demand that they open that safe as fast as possible. You're in there, drain it, get out by the back door. You do not hang around for somebody to turn up. Raiding a base for hours and hours is waiting for somebody to turn up and stop you, or for that player to come online. I would rather get in, get it, get out. Now, a lot of players won't actually like that idea. They like the idea of the fact that if they're only unable to get online for an hour or so, the fact that somebody's still draining their base after that time is actually beneficial. And I see the point. But again, no. I do not waste my time raiding bases because it takes too bloody long. But I know there are people out there who believe the exact opposite. They would rather it take that long. Or they're prepared to actually spend all that time doing that. But each to their own. That is your choice. Thank you for joining me. I'm Admiral Pegasus. Don't forget to smash the like button if you like this video. Also share out to your Alliance server, wherever. Obviously, the more likes, the more views, helps make the channel grow. Also, if you'd like to actually help the channel even further, we do have the membership button as well. So all donations are greatly appreciated, and a big thank you from me. Until then, I'm Admiral Pegasus. Thank you for joining me. This is the Pegasus Show. Stay safe, live long and prosper. And until next time, goodbye.